Read more. Pandemic threatens billions in US credit card losses. China's halting bank brace for worst case economic scenario. Jack Ma's $290 billion loan machine is changing Chinese banking. China's Gen Z with little income gets hooked on easy credit. Few places have seen a bigger jump in customer borrowing in recent years than China, where household debt, including mortgages, soared to a record 55 trillion yuan in 2019. That figure has nearly doubled since 2015, thanks to a housing boom and the rise of online leaders like Ant Financial. While the firm's risk models rely on reams of payment data, they've, they've yet to be tested by a major economic downturn. Many customers who take out these short-term, high-interest loans, typically funded by banks through Ant's Alipay smartphone app, have minimal income and virtually no credit history. Since 2015, banks have kept lowering their criteria to compete, said Chang Shuai, and analysts at China International Capital Corp. The virus outbreak accelerated their exposure to risks. It will only get worse if unemployment climbs further, and declined it to comment. Consumer default rates at some banks have already increased to as high as 4% from about 1% before the outbreak, according to Xiao Zian, head of Atlantis Financial Research, who cited a survey of lenders. An, ex- an executive at one major Chinese bank said his firm is taking steps at tighten credit card loans or even drop some clients after seeing a rapid increase in overdue payments. With corporate delinquencies rising as well, banks could face a 5.2 trillion yuan surge in total non-performing loans and unprecedented 39% slump in profits this year, according to a worst-case scenario outlined by UBS Group as the analyst this month. Massive government stimulus will help ease the blow. Most countries have announced plans of economic support measures in recent months, including a $2 trillion package in the US that will provide direct payments to lower and middle income Americans. Some of the biggest US lenders have pledged to offer grace periods for mortgage borrowers affected by the crisis. Authorities have flooded the financial system with liquidity and encouraged banks to step up their lending to small businesses that employ about 80% of the nation's workforce. Read more. China's big banks post record profits ahead of the virus crisis, while most banks have yet to offer debt, debt, debt relief, to consumers outside those living in cities like Wuhan that were hit especially hard by the virus. UBS predicts China's government will do more if needed to help people find jobs and pay their bills. Bloomberg Economics estimates that about 5% of the economy was back online in the week ending March 20, excluding the original virus epicenter in Hubei province. A large-scale increase in unemployment and resulting high delinquencies on retail loans won't be tolerated by authorities as social stability is their bottom line, said Mei Yang, a Hong Kong-based analyst at UBS. Yet, stimulus is unlikely to tide over everyone, particularly in places like China, where household finances are stretched like never before. The country's consumer debt to income ratio surged to 92% at the end of 2018 from 30% a decade ago, surpassing Germany and crossing in on levels in the US and Japan, according to IIF. The risk is that the prolonged economic slump and weak real estate market will force more people to renege on their loans. That moment has already arrived for in Wei Weijun, a 27-year-old who recently lost his job as a hotel chief in Wenzhou, a city in China's southwest. I'm like a refugee from debt, he said. I have never missed a payment in my life, but the virus left me with no choice. Even if they gave me an extra 1 or 2 months, I still can't pay. With assistance by Jun Luo, Cheng Miao Han, Lulu Yuyan Chen, and Emily Cadman.